story of James Henry Trotter. Up until the time he was 4 years old, James had a happy life, living peacefully with his mother and father in a beautiful house by the sea. There were always lots of children to play with, and a beautiful ocean. It was the perfect life for a small boy. Then one day, James's mother and father decided to go to London to do some shopping. But something terrible happened. Both of them were eaten up by a large, angry rhinoceros, which had just escaped from the London Zoo. And poor James, poor James, was sent to live with both of his aunts. They were really horrible people, and most days, the aunts just sat around in their lounge chairs while James worked and slaved to cut the firewood, break the leaves, and do all the chores.
I look and smell, I do declare, as lovely as a rose. Just feast your eyes upon my face, observe my shapely nose. Behold my heavenly silky locks, and if I take off both my socks, you'll see my dainty toes.
But don't forget, my dear old Sponge, how much your tummy shows. Why, Sponge, you're red. Go soak your head. My sweet, you cannot win. Behold my gorgeous curvy shape, my teeth, my charming grin.
My dear old trout, no need to shout, you're only bones and skin. Such loveliness as I possess should only truly shine in Hollywood. Oh, wouldn't that be fine?
I think you make, without mistake, a lovely Frankenstein. What's the matter with you?
Oh, Auntie Spiker, I'm so tired. Oh.
Cut that out immediately and get back to work.
Oh, Auntie Sponge, Auntie Spiker, couldn't we all, for once, go down to the seaside on a bus? It isn't that far, and I feel so hot and awful and lonely.
Why, you lazy, good-for-nothing brute! Beat him, Sponge!
I certainly will. I'll beat him later on in the day when I don't quite feel so hot. I'm going to get some peace.
Little beast!
Hello, James. Come closer to me, boy. Come right up close to me and I will show you something wonderful. You see this? You know what this is. You know what's inside this bag. Take a look at them. Listen to them. Listen to them move. There's more power and magic in these things than in all the rest of the world put together.
But what are they? Where do they come from?
Aha, you never guessed that. Crocodile tongues. 1,000 long, slimy crocodile tongues, bored in the skull of a dead witch for 20 days and nights, with the eyeballs of a lizard. Here, you take it. It's yours. And now all you have to do is this. Take a large jug of water and pour all the little green things into it. Then very slowly, one by one, add 10 hairs from your own head. That sets them off. It gets them going. And in a couple of minutes, the water will begin to froth and bubble furiously. And as soon as that happens, you must drink it all down, the whole jug full in one go. And then, my dear, you will start to feel it boiling and churning in your stomach. And the steam will start to rise from your mouth. And immediately after that, marvelous things will happen. Fabulous, unbelievable things. And you'll never be miserable in your life again. Because you are miserable, aren't you, James? Now, off you go and do is exactly as I say. And don't whisper a word to those two horrible aunts of yours. Not a word. And don't let those green things get away from you either. Now, off you go. Hurry up. Hurry.
They're gone! Every one of them gone!
Get up at once, you lazy little beast, and get back over there immediately and finish chopping up those logs.
Why don't we lower the boy down in the well in a bucket and leave him there for the night? That ought to teach him to laze about all day long.
That's a very good wheeze, my dear Sponge. But let's make him finish chopping up the wood first. Be off with you at once, you hideous brat, and do some work. Sponge, come look at this.
At what?
A peach right up there on the highest branch.
That miserable tree has never had a peach on it.
There's one on it now, Sponge. You look for yourself.
You're joking. You're making my mouth water on purpose when there's nothing to put in it? Up there on the highest branch, you say? Ha ha, very funny. I don't see anything.
Good gracious me!
There really is a peach up there.
Then why don't we eat it? Hey, you! James, I want you to climb this tree and pick that
Spiker. I can see it.
But don't you dare eat any of it for yourself. Your Aunt Spiker and I are gonna split it right here and now, half each. Now get up with you.
Stop! Hold everything! Look, Sponge, look!
What is the matter with you?
It's growing, it's getting bigger and bigger!
What is?
The peach, of course!
That's perfectly ridiculous. Good heavens, I can see it swelling before my very eyes.
Get away from that tree trunk, you stupid little boy! Slightest shake and I'm sure it'll fall off. It must weigh 20 or 30 pounds at least. It stopped growing.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
No, Spiker, it's just slowed down. You wait and see. It's just slowed down.
It has now.
I think it stopped growing now.
Do you think it's safe to touch it?
Touch it. I can't wait to eat it.
My dear Sponge, there's a pile of money to be made out of this. If only we can handle it right. You wait and see.
Where the news spread like wildfire about the giant peach, and the next day, a stream of people came scrambling up the hill to see the marvel.
Roll up, everyone! Shines the giant peach! Half price for children under 6 weeks old!
One at a time, don't push, you're all going to.
Hey, come back here! You haven't played!
It'll cost you double to bring in the camera.
All right, I don't care! And where do you think you're going?
I want to play with the children.
The little beast will get in everyone's way if you let him wander about.
Oh, please. I haven't met any other children in years and years. Well, perhaps I can help you with the tickets.
Cut it out. Your Aunt Spiker and I are about to become millionaires, and the last thing we need is the likes of you messing things up and getting in our way.
Later that day, when all the people left, Aunt Spiker and Aunt Sponge went inside with all their money.
James! Get out here immediately and clean up the yard for tomorrow's customers.
Can I have something to eat first?
No! We're too busy to make you food.
We have to count our money.
But it's dark.
Get out!
And stay out.
Until you've cleaned up all the mess.
Hungry and trembling, James stood alone, wondering what to do. He could see the giant peach towering in the moonlight. Then James started walking towards the peach. It was soft and warm and slightly firm.
Like the skin of a baby mouse.
Then James noticed something.
An opening. And there's a tunnel inside. Oh my goodness. I know what this is. I've come to the stone in the middle of the peach.
Look who's here. We've been waiting for you.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hungry.
I'm famished.
So am I. Man, everyone's hungry. We need some food up in this piece.
What's the matter with you? You look positively ill.
He looks like he's about to pass out.
Oh my goodness, the poor thing. I do believe he thinks it's him we are wanting to eat.
Oh,
Well, you mustn't be frightened. We wouldn't dream of hurting you. Well, you are one of us now, didn't you know that? You are one of the crew. We are all in the same boat.
chill out, man, and get over and help me with these boots. It takes me hours to get them off by myself.
You have a lot of boots.
I have a lot of legs and a lot of feet. 100 to be exact.
There she goes again. She simply cannot stop telling lies about her feet. She doesn't have anything like 100 of them. Problem is, people don't bother to count them. They just take her word. And there is nothing marvelous, Centipede, about having a lot of legs.
That's whack. She's blind. She can't see how fly I look. Slimy beast.
I am not a slimy beast. I am a helpful and much-loved creature. Ask any gardener you like. And as for you...
I'm a pest.
She is so proud of that, though for the life of me, I cannot understand why.
I'm the only pest in this here room, unless you count old green grasshopper over there.
Young lady, I have never been a pest in my life. I am a musician. Here.
James. Your name is James, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, James, have you ever in your life seen such a marvelous colossal centipede as me?
I most certainly haven't. How on earth did you get to be like that?
Man, it was straight up crazy. Let me tell you what happened. See, Man, I was chilling under the old peach tree in the garden, and this funny little green thing came moving by my nose, and it was real pretty. And it was like some kind of stone or a crystal. It was just blinging out like nobody's business.
Oh, but I know what it was.
It happened to me too.
And me. Suddenly, in the darkness, there were little green things everywhere. Black soil was full of them.
And I actually swallowed one.
So did I. Man, I swallowed 3. But who's telling this story anyway? Don't interrupt.
Enough chit-chat anyway. Centipede, you might as well get to it.
What's going on?
Well, in case you don't know it, we are about to depart forever from the top of this ghastly hill we've all been living on for so long. We are about to roll away inside this great big beautiful peach to a land of
what?
Oh, well, never you mind, but nothing could be worse than this desolate hilltop and those 2 repulsive aunts of yours.
Oh, here.
You may not have noticed it, but the whole garden rests on a steep slope. And the only thing that has kept us from rolling away from the very beginning is the thick stem that attaches the peach to the tree. Break the stem, and nothing can hold us.
I did it, yo. We're off.
Oh, we are now about to visit the most marvelous places and see the most wonderful things. Isn't that so, Centipede?
Man, they don't know what we might see. We might see a creature with 49 heads who lives in the desolate snow. And whenever he catches a cold, which he dreads, he's got 49 noses to blow. We might see a dragon, ain't nobody know that we won't see a unicorn there. We might see a terrible monster with toes, growing out tufts of his hair. But who cares? Let us go from this horrible hill. Let us roll, let us bowl, let us plunge. Let's go rolling and bowling and spinning until we're away from old Spiker and Sponge. Peep that, yo.
We shall make a fortune today. Just look at all those people.
Whatever became of that boy of ours last night? He never did come back, did he?
He probably fell down in the dark and broke his leg.
Or maybe his neck.
Just wait till I get my hands on him. He'll never want to stay until night again by the time I've finished with him. Good gracious me, what is that awful noise?
Well, suddenly the giant peach came rolling across the garden. It was headed for Aunt Spiker and Aunt Sponge. They tried to get away, but the giant peach caught them flat.
Man, that was on a Sponge. Whoa. That was on Spiker.
They were both left as flat as a couple of paper dolls.
Turn some light on up in
Yes,
here.
give us some light.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Please be patient.
Some great journey.
Oh, I'll never be the same again.
Nor I. It's taken years off my life.
But my dear friends, we're there.
Where?
Well, I don't know, but I'll bet it's somewhere good.
We are probably at the bottom of a coal mine. We fell down very suddenly at that last moment. Oh, I felt it in my stomach. I still feel
Or
it.
perhaps we are in a beautiful country full of songs and music.
Or near the seashore with lots of other children on the sand for me to play with.
Oh, pardon me, but am I wrong in thinking we seem to be bobbing up and down?
Bobbing up and down.
Oh, what on earth do you mean?
You're still giddy from the journey. You'll get over it in a minute. Is everybody ready to go upstairs and have a look around?
Yeah.
I refuse to go outside in my bare feet. I got to get my boots on first.
Oh, for heaven's sake, let's not go through all that nonsense again.
Let's all give the Centipede a hand and get it over with. Hang on.
What's happened?
Where are we?
This is impossible. Unbelievable.
Man, this is terrible.
I told you we were bobbing up and down.
Well, we're in the middle of the sea.
But how did it happen? Where are the fields?
Where's England? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm
I'm afraid we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation.
Awkward? My dear old grasshopper, we're finished. Every single one of us is about to perish. I may be blind, you know, but that much I can see quite clearly.
Man, off with my boots. Man, I can't swim with my boots on.
Well, I can't swim at all.
Neither can I.
I will drown like so many spiders before me.
But you won't have to swim. Well, we're floating beautifully. And sooner or later, a ship is bound to come along and pick us up.
Well, are you quite sure that we are not sinking?
Well, of course I'm sure. Look for yourself.
The boy's quite right. We are floating beautifully. Oh, everybody just sit down and keep perfectly calm. Everything will be all right in the end.
Oh, what absolute nonsense. Nothing is ever all right in the end, and well, you know it.
Poor Earthworm. She loves to make everything into disaster. She hates to be happy. She's only happy when she is gloomy. Now, isn't that odd?
Now, if this peach is not going to sink, and if we are not going to be drowned, then every single one of us is going to starve to death instead. Do you realize that we haven't had a thing to eat since yesterday morning?
Word? Man, brace yourself. That Earthworm is right.
Of course I'm right. And we're not likely to find anything around here to eat either. We shall all get thinner and thinner, and thirstier and thirstier, and we shall all die a slow and grisly death from starvation. I'm dying already. I'm slowly shriveling up for want of food. Personally, I would rather drown.
But good heavens, you must be blind.
You know very well that I am blind. There is no need to rub it in.
Well, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry, but can't you see that there...
See? How can I see if I am blind?
Well, can't you realize that we have enough food here to last us for weeks and weeks?
Where?
Why, our peach, of course. Our whole ship is made of food.
For real? Man, we never thought of that.
My dear James, I don't know what we'd do without you. You are so clever. Ladies and gentlemen, we are saved again.
We are most certainly not. You must be crazy. You can't eat the ship. It's the only thing that's keeping us up.
Whatever, man. We gonna starve if we don't.
And we'll drown if we do.
We're worse off than before.
Oh, can't we eat just a little bit of it? I'm so dreadfully hungry.
You can eat all you want. It would take weeks and weeks to make any sort of dent in this enormous peach. Well, surely you can see that.
Good heavens, he's right again. It would take weeks and weeks. Of course it would. Oh, but let's not go making a lot of holes all over the deck. I think we'd better simply scoop it out of here.
Oh, an excellent idea.
Earthworm, what you looking so worried about? What's the problem?
The problem is, there is no problem.
Oh, cheer up, Earthworm. Come and eat. Man, this is a bomb, yo. You know what I'm saying? Delicious. Just fabulous. What a marvelous flavor. You know, James, up until this very moment, I've never in my life tasted anything except those little green flies that live on rose bushes. They have a perfectly delightful flavor, but this peach is even better.
It is better than flies, but I do miss the buzzing.
Man, what a flavor. This is terrific. There ain't nothing like this, and they never has been. And I should know, because I've personally tasted all the finest foods in the world.
I've eaten many strange and scrumptious dishes in my time, like jelly knacks and dandy prats and earwigs cooked in slime, but don't forget to sprinkle them with just a pinch of grime. For dinner on my birthday, shall I tell you what I chose? Hot noodles made from poodles on a slice of garden hose. And rather smelly jelly made armadillo's toes. The jelly is delicious, but you have to hold your nose. Now comes the burden of my speech. These foods are rare beyond compare, some are right out of reach. But there's no doubt I go without a million plates of each. For one small mite, one tiny bite of this fantastic peach.
Word.
Man, look! What's that funny thin black thing gliding in the water over there?
There are two of them.
There are lots of them.
What are they?
Oh, they must be some kind of fish. Perhaps they've come to say hello.
Oh, they're sharks. I bet you anything you like, they're sharks, and they've come along to eat us up.
Man, please.
Oh, I'm positive they're sharks. I just know they're sharks.
Oh, shoot!
whole peach, and then there will be nothing for us to stand on, and then they'll start in on us.
Oh, she is right. We are lost forever.
Oh, I don't want to be eaten, but they'll take me first of all because I'm so fat and juicy and I've got no bones.
Oh, is there nothing we can do? Surely you can think of a way out of this.
Man, come on, James. There's gotta be something we can do.
Oh, think, James, their snapping jaws are getting closer.
Man, we'll do anything you say, but you gotta hurry.
Well, there is something I believe we might try. I'm not saying it will work.
Well, tell us quick.
Oh, be quiet and let the boy speak. Go on, James.
Go on.
Come on, James.
I'm afraid it's no good after all. I'm terribly sorry. I forgot we don't have any string. It would take hundreds of yards of string to make this work.
Oh, what sort of string?
Well, any sort, as long as it's strong.
But, my dear boy, that's exactly what we do have. We've got all you want.
But how? Where?
The spider. Have you forgotten the spider?
Well, can you make enough?
All you want.
And quickly.
Of course.
And would it be strong?
It's the strongest there is. It's as thick as your finger, but why? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna lift this peach clear out of the water.
You're mad.
It's our only chance.
The boy's crazy.
And he's joking.
Oh, well, go on, James. How are you going to do it?
With seagulls. This place is full of them. Look for yourself. I'm gonna take the long silk string and I'm gonna loop one end around the seagull's neck, and then I'm gonna tie the other end to the stem of the peach, and then I'm gonna get another seagull and do the same thing again, and then another, and then another.
Ridiculous.
Poppycock.
Balderdash.
Madness.
How can a few seagulls lift an enormous thing like this into the air, and all of us as well? It would take hundreds, thousands.
Well, there's no shortage in seagulls. Look for yourself. We'll probably need 400, 500, 600, maybe even 1,000. Well, I don't know. I'll just simply go on hooking them till we have enough to lift us. They'll be bound to lift us in the end.
You're absolutely off your head. How in the world do you propose to get a loop of string around a seagull's neck? What are you gonna do, fly up there yourself and catch it?
That boy done lost his mind.
Well, go on, James. How would you do it?
With bait.
Bait? Well, what sort of bait?
With the worm, of course. Seagulls love worms. Didn't you know that? And lucky for us, we have the biggest, fattest, pinkest, juiciest earthworm in the world.
That's quite enough. You can stop right there.
The seagulls have already spotted him. That's why there's so many of them circling around. But they won't come down while the rest of us are standing here. So this is what we'll do.
Stop. I won't have it. I refuse.
Earthworm, you're gonna be eaten anyway. So what difference does it make whether it's sharks or seagulls?
I won't do it.
Well, why don't we hear what the plan is first?
Oh, I don't give a hoot what the plan is. I'm not going to be pecked to death by a bunch of seagulls.
You'll be a martyr. I shall respect you for the rest of my life, for real.
So will I, and your name will be in all the papers. Earthworm gives life to save friends.
That won't happen. Now, listen to me. This is what we'll do.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant.
Man, that boy's a genius for sure. I could keep my boots on after
Oh,
all.
I shall be pecked to death.
Of course you won't.
I will. I know I will. And I won't even be able to see him coming at me because I've got no eyes.
Well, James explained his plan, and one by one they lured the seagulls down to try to make a snack out of the earthworm. And every time the seagull flew down, James would tie a silken thread around its neck, and as it flew back into the sky, he would tie the other end to the stem of the peach. Now, we don't have any seagulls here today, so instead we'll use these white balloons. And even though a seagull has far more lifting power than a balloon, whenever you see these white balloons, imagine you see squawky white seagulls.
We're lifting!
No, we're not.
I felt it. Oh, put out another seagull, quick!
Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
Oh, marvelous.
Man, goodbye, sharks!
Oh my, this is the way to travel.
I'm a bit worried about the peach, though. I wonder how much damage those sharks did to it underneath. It's quite impossible to tell from up here.
I'll go over the side and make an inspection. It'll be no trouble at all, I assure you. I'll be back in a minute.
Wouldn't it be dreadful if the thread broke?
Sorry.
Are you all right, Miss Spider?
Yes, thank you. I'm coming back now.
Well, is it awful? Is it all eaten away? Are the great holes in it?
You might find this hard to believe, but The peach is almost untouched.
You must be mistaken.
But there were hundreds of sharks around us.
We saw their great mouths opening and shutting.
I don't care what you saw. They certainly didn't do much damage to the peach.
Then why don't we start sinking?
Perhaps we didn't start sinking. Perhaps we were all so frightened that we simply imagined it.
Fear is a funny thing.
Or maybe it was some kind of magic. Perhaps the holes healed themselves up by themselves.
Oh, look! There's a ship below us!
Oh, a big one! Oh, let's wave to them. Do you think they can see us?
I don't like it.
Nor do I. Do you think it's following us?
I tell you, I don't like it.
It could be dangerous.
Do I have this? Holy cats! It's a secret weapon. Send a message to the queen at once. The country must be warned. Wait a second. I see people in it. Do I have this darn thing focused right? Oh, I see a little boy. Yes, a little boy in short trousers and some sort of giant ladybug.
Now, just a minute, Captain.
A colossal green grasshopper.
Captain, please.
And a mammoth spider.
Oh, dear. Captain slipped her lid.
And a simply enormous centipede. You have to look at that.
Captain, I think you better go see the ship's doctor. No, come on. Sail away. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, I wonder where we'll end up this time.
Who cares?
Seagulls always go back to land sooner or later.
Oh, wouldn't this be a perfect time for a little music? How about it, Grasshopper?
Oh, with pleasure, dear friend.
Oh, hooray, she's going to play for us.
Something darker.
Did you like that, James?
Oh, I loved it. It was beautiful. It was as though you had a real violin in your hands.
A real violin? Goodness, I like that. My dear boy, I am a real violin. It is part of my own body.
Oh, how fascinating this is. And to think that up until now, I never even wondered how a grasshopper made her sounds.
My dear boy, there are a whole lot of things in this world of ours that you haven't started wondering about yet. Where, for example, do you think I keep my ears?
Your ears? Why, on your head, of course.
Man, you don't even know that.
Try again.
Well, I give up. Where do you keep them?
Right here. One on each side of my tummy.
That's not true.
Of course it's true.
And I eat soil.
That's not possible.
I do it for the farmers. It makes the soil nice and light and crumbly so that things will grow well in it. The farmers love us. They couldn't do without us. They love us just as much as they do ladybugs.
Ladybugs? Do they love you too?
Well, I am told that they do, because we gobble up all the nasty little insects that are gobbling up all the farmers' crops.
Oh, I think you're wonderful. Can I ask you one special question?
Please do.
Well, is it really true I can tell how old a ladybug is by counting her spots?
Oh no, that's just a children's story. We never change our spots. Well, some of us, of course, are born with more spots than others, but we never change them.
But no matter how many spots they have, they are all of them loved?
Yes, they are all of them loved.
Oh, how nice this is. It seems that almost everybody here is loved.
Not me. I'm a pest, and I'm proud of it.
Here, here.
Well, what about you, Miss Spider? Aren't you much loved in the world?
Alas, no. I'm not loved at all. And yet all I do is good. All day long I catch flies and mosquitoes in my webs. I am a decent soul.
I know you are.
It is very unfair the way we spiders are treated. Why, only last week your own horrible Aunt Sponge flushed my poor dear father down the plug hole in the bathtub.
Oh, how awful.
I watched the whole thing from a corner in the ceiling. It was ghastly. We never saw him again.
But is it not very unlucky to kill a spider?
Man, of course it's unlucky to kill a spider. It's about the unluckiest thing anyone can do. Look what happened to Aunt Sponge when she did that bump. We all felt it, didn't we, as the peach went over? Bet that was a lovely bump for you, Miss Spider.
It was very satisfactory. Would you bust out a fat rhyme about it, please?
For sure. Aunt Sponge was terrifically fat and tremendously flabby at that. Her tummy and waist was soggy as patience, worse than the place where she sat. So she said, I must make myself flat. I must make myself sleek as a cat. I shall do without dinner to make myself thinner. But along came the peach, the beautiful peach, and made her thinner than that.
That was nice. Now, how about one about Aunt Spiker?
Oh, yes, with pleasure, with pleasure. Aunt Spiker was thin as a wire, and dry as a bone, only drier. She was long and thin, and if you carried her in, you could use her for poking the fire. I must do something quickly, she frowned. I want fat to a pound upon pound. I must eat lots and lots of marshmallows and chocolates till I start bulging out all around. Ah, yes, she announced, I have sworn that I'll alter my figure by dawn. Cried the peach with a snigger, I'll alter your figure and...
Look out, Centipede, look out! Spider starts spinning. I'm going down after her.
Oh my God! Oh, we'll never see either of them again!
Oh, well, you know, I really didn't care a bit about that centipede, but I really did like that little boy.
Pull! Everybody get behind me and pull! Heave! Heave! Heave!
Man, he saved me!
My dear boy, I do congratulate you.
Man, my boots! Just peep at my fat boots!
Be quiet, you're lucky to be alive.
Are we still going up and up?
Oh, we certainly are.
Well, the peach floated gently along through the sky, making no noise at all until it sailed past a massive white cloud. And on top of that cloud were a couple of strange, tall, wispy-looking creatures. They looked as if they were part cloud, part people. They were the cloud people.
The cloud people! The cloud people!
Oh my! Oh, but what are they doing?
Well, I don't know. Let's watch and see.
Man, they's mad crazy. They ain't nothing to be afraid of.
What, you pest?
That's enough! Get the shovels!
Down they go, down they go, hail and snow, freezes and sneezes and noses all blow.
Oh, it's Hellstone. They've been making Hellstones, and now they're showering them down.
Hailstones? That's ludicrous.
Centipede, be quiet.
Man, those dummies step the doorknob. They can't hear nothing. Check this out, check this out. Hey, shut up, hey! What you think you be doing? What? Yeah, I'm talking to you. And what?
Everybody, lay flat on the deck.
Whoa, whoa, ow, ow. Man, you better quiet, ow, ow, whoa, whoa. Oh, oh, look. Look over there.
What world is that?
It's a bridge.
It's an enormous hoop cut in half.
It's a giant horseshoe standing upside down.
What is that thing? And what are they doing to it?
Well, they seem to be painting it. They've got big pots of paint and big brushes. Well, you look.
It's a rainbow! Oh, isn't it beautiful?
All those colors make me dizzy.
Man, yo, bust this. We gonna smack right into that thing.
Oh, bless my soul, she's right!
Oh, we're going to miss it. No, we're not. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. What? Get off. Oh, my goodness. James. Yo, James. Man, help me get this paint off, dog.
Oh, but how could it possibly have dried so quickly?
Well, it's rainbow paint. Rainbow paint dries very hard and very quickly.
I detest paint. It frightens me. It reminds me of Aunt Spiker. The late Aunt Spiker, I mean. Because the last time she painted her kitchen ceiling, my poor dear grandmother stepped into it by mistake while it was still wet. And there she stuck, upside down, with her legs stuck permanently in the paint. You poor thing. I do feel sorry for you.
Well, that's it. It'll never come off. Our centipede will never move again. She'll turn into a statue, and then we'll be able to set her out in the middle of a lawn with a bird bath on her head.
We could try peeling her like a banana.
Or rubbing her with sandpaper.
Now, if she stuck out her tongue, and if she stuck it out real far, then we could all grab hold of it and start pulling. And if we all pulled hard enough, we could turn her inside out and she'd have a new skin.
Well, I think the best thing to do is, what was that? I heard a voice. Someone shouting.
As James considered what to do, him and his friends were unaware of the dark clouds sneaking overhead.
There it is again.
It's the cloud people.
On with the faucets! On with the faucets! On with the
Full of rain.
Man, check this out. Man, the paint is out of here and I'm so fresh and so clean.
Oh, that's the worst news I've heard in a long time.
Whatever. Give it up for the storm and the rain. I can move, I don't be feeling no pain. Check this out. This pest is the biggest and best. And y'all just be bugging again.
Oh, do be quiet.
Look! There's land below!
Oh, but what tremendous tall buildings! I've never seen anything like them before.
Well, those are skyscrapers. What? So, that's America, which means, my friends, we've crossed the Atlantic Ocean.
That's incredible.
Unbelievable! America, man, I'm all about that. I had a homie once who
Who
went there.
cares about your homie? What we gotta worry about now is how on earth we're gonna get down to earth.
Well, ask James.
Well, it shouldn't be too terribly difficult. All we have to do is cut loose a few of the seagulls, and down we shall go, slowly and gently until we reach the ground.
But they never got the chance, don't you know? Just as the centipede was about to bite through the strings one at a time, a giant airplane came The plane hit the strings and held the seagulls to it. And immediately the peach fell down to earth.
Everybody close your eyes! It won't be long now!
Man, we're still here! But how?
Well, I think the peach got stuck on the needle on the Empire State Building. Which means we're in New York City!
It's a flying saucer!
They're from outer space!
They're men from Mars!
Or maybe the moon.
They look pretty peculiar to me, I'll tell you that.
Ahoy there, show yourselves.
Look out, it's a dragon!
It's a walrus!
It's a gorgon!
It's a sea serpent!
It's a snot! Wait, no!
It's a wangdoodle! Now see here, I want to know where exactly you guys have come from.
Man, we come from thousands of miles away.
See, I told you they were from Mars.
Oh, snakes and ladders, we're finished now. It's a giant scorpula.
It's worse than that, it's a
Pernicious condition.
yeah, that.
Hello, everybody, hello!
Bless my soul, that's a little boy up there, isn't it?
Oh, please don't be frightened. We're so glad to be here.
Now those others beside of you, any of them dangerous?
Of course you're not dangerous. Well, they're the nicest creatures in the world. And allow me to introduce you to them. My friends, now this is a centipede, and let me make it known she's so sweet and gentle that although she's overgrown, the Queen of Spain again and again has summoned her by phone to babysit her children and be a chaperone.
No wonder they're no longer on the throne.
Now the earthworm, on the other hand, is great for digging up the land and making soils newer. Moreover, you should understand, she would absolutely be grand for making you a sewer.
Would any words be truer?
Now the grasshopper, ladies and gents, is a boon in a million and millions of ways. You only have to ask her to give you a tune, and she plays and she plays and she plays.
Boy, never in all my days.
Now Now without excuse, I like to introduce this charming glowworm lover of eccentricity. She's really rather clever, for you will never have the slightest need for using electricity.
If this is true, just think of the publicity.
And here we have the spider, with a mile of thread inside her, who has personally requested me to say she's never met Miss Muffet on a charming little tuffet, and if she had, she'd not have frightened her away.
Hooray!
And here's my darling ladybug, so beautiful and kind. She's been my greatest comfort since this trip began. She has 400 children. She's left them all behind, but they're coming on the next beach, if they can.
Oh, let's put them down at once.
And thus the journey ended, and all of our travelers lived happy lives, especially James. And the stone in the middle of the beach was set up as a house in Central Park, where James lived with all his buggy friends, where everybody was always welcome to come and play, and where everybody was always loved.